within a contemporary glass office edifice in Manhattan, New York, with 35 stories. Ashley Holmes, who is tall, stood facing a wide window on the uppermost floor. It was December 23rd at 3:00 p.m. She observed quietly as the descending snow altered the typically tranquil financial district. A gleaming world eclipsed her desk. Beneath investment analysis reports for the fourth quarter of the year, she adorned her walls with various accolades. At 35, Ashley was a financial analyst. Recognized as one of the most exceptional senior analysts at the investment banking institution, will it truly proceed favorably tomorrow, she murmured to herself with a sigh. Typically assured demeanor faltering. It had been 15 years since her father's passing. During that period, Ashley had dedicated herself to her work to maintain her income $150,000, and meticulously administered savings constituted evidence of her endeavors anew. A notification emerged on her smartphone. It was the most recent Instagram post from her brother Brian, is displaying a new rocks. Accompanied by the caption, "Life is great, opulent lifestyle, contented family." Ashley scowled at her brother's new watch. Had been dissipating their father's inheritance, as though it were eternal. His wife, Vanessa, belonged to the same category. Sharing images of high-end designer handbags and accessories nearly every day, her mother Hillary and her stepfather Douglas, as well resided in opulence. In an affluent, Ashley had obtained residency in Florida. A telephone call from her mother the previous night. Ashley typically discusses financial matters. Mother's voice possessed a soothing tone. "Brian. He wants to purchase a new car and requires a down payment. The payment is acceptable. I will initiate the transfer once more." Ashley reacted clearly after having acquiesced. To analogous inquiries on several occasions previously, she supported her parents' extravagance, lifestyle, and provided assistance to her brother financially. From her desk drawer, she retrieved a photograph from the previous Christmas with her father. The photograph was captured in the hospital, and despite his frailty, he possessed a warm smile. "Dad, I'm making a concerted effort," she murmured to the photograph. Prior to repositioning, she looked towards a reservation confirmation. Next to it is the luxury resort in the Aspen Mountains Skyope Lodge. She possessed reserved 30 suites at $800 per night. The Christmas season, amounting to approximately the choice regarding $10,000, was substantial. Despite her income, her vacation was not merely for Ashley, it was a family vacation. Final opportunity to repair her relationship by assuming all expenses with her family, allocating time to engage with the family anticipated a change. The office phone rang. It was a confirmation call from Skytop Lodge, wished to finalize arrangements. Ashley will commence her stay tomorrow. Resumed her customary posture. Professional mode activated. "This is Ashley speaking." Concerning the issue for tomorrow, whilst on the Ashley gazed out the window once more. It was a cold afternoon replete with ambivalent emotions of expectation and anxiety. Occupies the middle of Ashley's room. The Louis Vuitton suitcase was only partially complete. Folded on the bed is a dark green cashmere garment. Sweatshirt she intends to wear the following day was meticulously folded, yet not amounting to $30,000. The sweater is composed of high-quality cloth. The minimalist design mirrored Ashley's preferences. "Is this the correct life philosophy?" "Attire," she said, grasping the dark green jumper clutched to her chest. Vanessa consistently donned the mirror. Recent designer brands and her mother had developed a preference for ostentatious attire over a line. With Douglas's opulent preferences, the phone rang. It was William inquiring whether everything was all right. Moving forward, his voice maintained its customary tone. Benevolence infused with Ashley primarily responded affirmatively to the worry. Expressing a degree of fatigue, "I have provided the crew at Skyope Lodge. Special contact me immediately if you require instructions." William was a distinguished individual, owner of a hotel chain in the United States, and Skytop Lodge was one of his luxury resorts. Met at an investors' convention years ago and has been establishing a consistent thank you, but it will affect the connection. Ashley persisted as she walked, assuring that everything would be fine. "This time, I am confident in the direction of the window. This vacation will be transformative." Subsequent to terminating the phone call, Ashley seated herself on the sofa in a photograph of her final moment in the living room. With her father was positioned on the coffee, the table was present 15 years ago, right prior to. Her father is deceased in a white. The hospital room occupied by her malnourished father softly grasped Ashley's hand and remarked, "You possess strength. You are the sole individual I can rely on." Reliance on managing familial responsibilities, Ashley harbored those words in her heart, pursued studies with unwavering dedication, and attained graduation from attended college with exceptional grades, and achieved her ascent in the realm of finance. She exerted equal effort to her male counterparts and attained the level of senior investment bank analyst in his early 30s, while her brother Brian had withdrawn from college, subsequent to the demise of their father, and with the indulgence of his stepfather, persisted. To subsist on the inheritance, thereafter he and his wife Vanessa are getting married. Upheld an opulent lifestyle, Ashley's smartphone vibrated with a notification. Brian's message indicates that you will be picking me up tomorrow morning. Ensure you do not oversleep. His characteristically pompous tone was evident. Ashley provided a brief response in the text, course about which she harbored ambivalent sentiments. Use her personal vehicle for transportation. Brian often utilized expensive taxi services. Utilized services and seldom operated his own vehicle upon observing the clock. It was already thereafter to 10 p.m. She needed to get her Ashley's family early the following morning, exhaled audibly, as she commenced arranging the remainder regarding her bags. If it was anticipation for tomorrow's heartbeat accelerated marginally upon observing her father's photograph. One final glimpse of his smile appeared promising. Tomorrow will undoubtedly, she mumbled to herself, go well. Proceeding to the bedroom, it appeared it would require some time to achieve a tranquil slumber, characterized by a blend of expectation and apprehension regarding the subsequent day. On Christmas Eve morning, Manhattan was shrouded in. The clock indicated a shimmering realm of snow. 06:00 hours. Ashley arose prior to her. The alarm clock sounded today, the day she specified. To herself, while inhaling deeply, and she arose from bed after waking up 30 minutes earlier. Earlier than scheduled, in fact. She desired to be entirely ready before, to collecting her family in front of the expansive mirror. Ashley meticulously did her makeup in the restroom. She adorned her neck with a solitary piece of cosmetics. Diamond necklace that served as a memento, inherited from her father. Her understated yet sophisticated style. Ashley's attire perfectly reflected her identity. The confidence she had developed over 35 years of existence and the apprehension regarding the forthcoming events are interconnected. Within the mirror's reflection on the subterranean parking facility garage of her upscale residential complex was quieter than typical, for most residents were likely still slumbering on Christmas on the morning of Eve. Ashley's black Mercedes-Benz the S550 shimmered beneath the garage lights as she initiated the vehicle and activated the navigation system. The system presented the initial route. The goal was the affluent residence located on the Upper East Side, where her mother resided. Her stepfather resided there. Proceed to Brian and Vanessa's new residence. In Brooklyn, the roads were unobstructed, yet cautious driving was needed due to the snow. Upon her arrival in the Upper East, beside her, Mother Hillary was already present. Awaiting at the apartment entrance, attired in a flamboyant crimson coat and grasping a sizable Gucci purse belonging to her stepfather, Douglas entered the rear seat silently. "Good morning, Ashley," her mother's voice had an affected tone, as though welcoming of the luxury taxi driver. Thereafter, proceeded to the residence of Brian and Vanessa in Brooklyn. The couple had lately relocated to an costly region. Notwithstanding speculation regarding the inheritance was diminishing progressively. To maintain appearances, you are, Ashley. The late Brian's voice conveyed his customary tone. Vanessa was attired in new garments with an air of arrogance. Gucci coat accompanied by a coordinating bag appeared as though they had emerged from a fashion publication featuring universal participation. Ashley meticulously seized the steering wheel from Brian. Remained in the passenger seat, continuously manipulating his smartphone, presumably composing an additional ostentatious post. The atmosphere within the vehicle was oppressive. Except from sporadic murmurs among Hillary and Vanessa, were the only ones present. Dialogue following around 2 hours of navigating the snow-laden summits of the Pocono Mountains became seen. Stunningly exquisite and alleviated some Ashley's stress is evident. Brian abruptly exclaimed the magnificent edifice of Skytop Lodge emerged within the icy terrain magnificent edifice, designed in the Italian style, the Renaissance exhibited remarkable harmony. Enveloped by the surrounding landscape, a colossal entity the front is adorned with a Christmas tree. The entrance and illuminations shimmered. Luxury automobiles arrived sequentially in several locations. Additional affluent families illuminated when Ashley positioned the vehicle in front of the entrance features a uniformed bellboy. Advanced from that point, things begin to the transformation you have diligently achieved to bring us to this point. Brian's voice, frigid and resonant, echoed within. The vehicle Ashley turned to observe in the rear seat, she observed her brother. With a malevolent grin she had never observed prior to her mother, Hillary and step-parent Douglas diverted their attention. While Vanessa offered a slight smile, Ashley intuitively sensed that something unfavorable was imminent regarding the drivers. This is the end of our employment. We have this motel all to ourselves. Only Brian is a genuine family member. Ashley was briefly astonished. It seemed as if the internal temperature of the vehicle had descended rapidly. What do you imply? Ashley's voice quivered slightly. The reservations, oh the reservations, Brian. Sneered that they have already been altered. Her mother examined our names. Distressed, yet remained silent regarding her stepfather. Douglas persisted in gazing out the window. Vanessa did not attempt to conceal her malevolent smirk directed at all except Ashley. Brian was instructed to exit the vehicle. Bellboy to transport Ashley's bags. Gradually extracted her smartphone, deliberately attempting to refrain from using her hands, trembled and dialed William's number. After many rings, his composed voice emerged. Cancel the hello. Ashley William. Ashley's voice retained misgivings. An unforeseen tranquility for all of them, please. Following a brief pause on the opposite end, William seems to comprehend the situation. Comprehended. I will organize it. Immediately at that instant, a staff member in uniform approached from the front. Workstation positioned against a white snow backdrop, the black uniform contrasted starkly with Ashley observed everything from within the automobile. Through the window, we are unable to locate the staff person was informed about the reservation. The smile disappeared from Brian's face. Hillary began searching through her in a state of terror. Douglas turned to confront. The front must be encountered for the first time. There appears to be a mistake. Hillary is nervous. Ashley was audibly muttering slowly. Lowered the car window. It is not. Ashley's voice was consistently calm. Reservations have been annulled. Farewell. Ashley, wait. Brian's voice conveyed a tone. It is merely a jest, stemming from desperation, you understand. That's accurate, but Ashley has already done so. Began the engine and seized the steering wheel. Reflected in the rearview mirror, she observed her relatives standing in confusion. Vanessa's costly boots became submerged in the Ashley. Hillary's voice diminished with snow. The automobile gradually departed from the motel. The vehicle left the parking lot and began to retrace its trajectory. The snow continues to fall, a solitary tear. Down along Ashley's face, it was primarily a tear of liberation rather than of sorrow. The smartphone started ringing. It was Brian. She disregarded the call, and then another call ensued. Messages from Hillary were also disregarded. Began to arrive consecutively, prompting inquiry. Would you kindly fulfill this request, considering it is Christmas Eve? You have caused us embarrassment. Will you issue a refund? The accommodation expenses incurred by Ashley were leased out. Little chuckle at the final message. In the end, they were primarily concerned with making money. Neither in romantic nor familial connections, computations, and pretense. As Ashley navigated the hills en route to the city, she chose not to return to her own apartment, but rather to William's penthouse. She had a revitalizing sense of clarity reflected in her expression in the streetlights softly reflect in the rearview mirror. Lighted the descending snow, enhancing a tranquil illumination to the celebratory evening silence within the vehicle. Lacking any occupants in the rear seat, were unexpectedly reassuring. 2 hours later, Ashley's vehicle skidded into the subterranean area. Parking facility of William's penthouse. Upon entering the elevator, She experienced a warmth emanating within her. It was evident to her that she was in distress. Proceeded to the appropriate location. When she unlocked the entrance to the penthouse she occupied. Warmed by the ambience of the environment, and William's presence at the fireplace was already illuminated, gently illuminating the Ashley. "Are you all right in the living room, William?" inquired with a voice imbued with profound concern. Ashley reciprocated the smile. "In fact, I feel." William listened silently, feeling comforted. Pouring 2 glasses of wine as Ashley Bryan's actions are malevolent. Smile at her mother Hillary's elusive stare regarding the measures she had undertaken. "Ashley, you made the correct decision regarding William." Reassured her from the sofa in front of the fireplace, "But I damaged their." Ashley mumbled about Christmas due to me. Contemplating the wine glass in her grasp. "That is inaccurate." William's voice was kind yet assertive. "They compromised their own during Christmas. You only safeguarded your own." Tears accumulated in Ashley's eyes. However, those were not tears of grief. Rather, they were tears of relief from the weight she had borne for years. The smartphone vibrated once more. It was a communication from her stepfather. "Douglas, because of your egocentrism, you have brought shame upon the entire family. Do not ever present yourself again, Ashley." Deactivated her smartphone entirely. William rested his hand on her shoulder. Providing a warmth she had never experienced from her family prior to. "Tomorrow a new existence commences." Ashley proclaimed while gazing into the flames. "I will not permit anyone near the fireplace. Never longer interfere with my life." William. Ashley received a silent nod. The most significant Christmas Eve ever. She had not lost her family. She had regained them. Her authentic identity. The keepsake necklace from her father shimmered gently in the light. Beside the fireplace on Christmas morning, Manhattan was shrouded in a silvery the white landscape. As observed from the window, the windows of William's penthouse appeared resembling a postcard. As snow persists in falling, descend softly amidst the skyscrapers, gently concealing the occurrences of the "Good morning, honey William," from the previous day. Saluted her, as he was already preparing. The perfume of espresso permeated the air. "I received a call from Skytop Lodge." William commenced his morning peacefully. The family created a significant commotion while standing nearby. The window, with a mug cradled in her hands, Ashley answered with the calmness I anticipated. Bryan likely generated considerable disruption. Upon using her smartphone, the screen displayed rapidly filled with alerts regarding over 40 missed calls, approximately 100 texts, the majority originating from her mother Hillary with her brother Bryan. "Do you believe a few are from Douglas?" "Ashley, this is acceptable. You have created for us an object of ridicule in the lobby of an opulent establishment. I will never forget the hotel, and how could they? If you treat us in this manner, what is the plan for tonight?" The final message originated from her mother. "Contact me to discuss financial matters." Ashley exhaled deeply and positioned herself. William embraced her while placing the smartphone down. I have emerged from behind his soothing warmth. Ashley declared her decision, stating she was prepared to proceed. Confront whatever followed with empowerment, and Ashley, unencumbered, turned to gaze deeply into William's eyes, her determination. "I am severing all connections with them," she asserted resolutely. William acquiesced. His expression discreetly conveyed completeness. "Are you certain of your support for her decision?" he inquired softly regarding this matter. "After all, they are your family." "No, they are not," Ashley responded with unwavering certainty. "Family comprehends and endorses each individual. Alternatively, they were merely fixated strangers." With financial resources, the two relocated to the breakfast table at which William dined, prepared croissants and scrambled eggs. This was a straightforward yet sincere lunch. Ashley had been searching for true happiness. "I have a proposal for you." Ashley. William inquired intently of Ashley. "The reason do we not reside together?" Ashley, temporarily rendered dumb, the snow silently plummeting beyond the window. "Let us commence." William proposed a new life together here. His words eliciting tears from Ashley, tears of joy from liberation, the erroneous encumbrances of family and discovery. Ashley grinned affirmatively at the new truth. "Sounds delightful, William." At that moment, the smartphone started ringing once more. The screen displayed "Mom," but not Ashley. After a prolonged hesitation, she picked up the phone and entirely obstructed her mother's numerical sequence, succeeded by Bryan and Douglas. Ashley stated that she has made a new step. Lucid and radiant countenance, William responded with a cordial smile in mid-January. Just following the new year, Manhattan saw an intense cold wave. From the window of Ashley's office, the urban landscape seems to tremble in the frigid Mizzou homes. North Wind has a visitor. For you in the lobby of her secretary's office, a voice emanated from the intercom. Mrs. Hillary Brown is present with Ashley's hands. Hovered above the keyboard, Hillary Brown mother's name since that Christmas Eve understood. I will be there shortly, Ashley said, her voice quivering slightly. The ground floor of the high-rise skyscraper. Ashley's high heels resonated in the lobby. Marble flooring, as she readied herself for the meeting with her mother, was seated on the visitor's sofa rather than in her customary ostentatious outfit. But in a minimalist style, her gray coat and understated cosmetics were evident, exhibiting indications of tiredness. May I enter? Her mother's voice was devoid of its previous. Ashley nodded silently and proceeded with arrogance. Her mother to the elevator. Once they arrived, Ashley gestured upon arriving at the office. For her mother to occupy the sofa in the light snow commenced outside the reception area. I arrived here to dance in the air. I needed to speak with her mother. Sitting silently opposite Ashley with a cup of coffee between them attained our threshold. It was precisely as Ashley anticipated. Her father's, the inheritance was almost exhausted following years of lavish living. The real estate investments of the stepfather had failed, and they were now encumbered with. Brian was grappling with his debt obligations. We require a new vehicle and are currently behind on rent. Her mother's voice trembled. She is concerned. Ashley inquired about the matter with money, her tone reflecting curiosity. Indeed, her mother proceeded with hesitation. For Brian's monthly living expenses, automobile financing, and mother, that is sufficient. Ashley, terminate her involvement, mother. I am no longer the family's financial resource. Selected to lead my own existence, distinct from my mother's expressiveness, obscured by a sharp contrast to the unmistakable determination in Ashley's gaze. However, we are family. What constitutes a true family? Ashley inquired softly. While during Christmas, you all treated me as if I were the chauffeur. Remained silent when Brian was mentioned. Bestowed upon me that malevolent smile. Does that family experience a profound silence? Ashley listened to her mother in the room. Hillary expressed with tears, I genuinely regret what transpired on that day, but at this moment, I am in significant distress and require your assistance. Ashley gradually rose and proceeded to the gazing out the window, admiring the view edifice that her father previously oversaw. Mother could be observed in the distance. Ashley stated, home, without turning around. Please do not return to my life again. Ashley bids farewell to her mother, appeared to desire further expression, yet finally remained silent under the noise. The sound of the door closing reverberated in the room. Ashley exhaled heavily upon her return to her desk, and made contact with her father's unusual keepsake necklace. An oppressive sensation within her chest was somewhat palpable. The onset of spring has altered the Manhattan landscape. From the window of William's penthouse, the park was vibrant with fully bloomed blossoms. Ashley held her morning coffee. Ashley, what are you observing? William inquired gently. Ashley had numerous items behind her. In these 3 instances, I responded with a smile. My life has undergone significant changes during the past few months. The alterations were substantial. She announced her engagement to William, and she had been elevated to the position of head of her division within the investment bank as the leader of a newly formed project team. Her skills were completely acknowledged. That there had been no communication from her mother, and Brian ostentatious social media posts possessed. Subsequently, she received communication from a colleague from whom they had relocated, transitioning from a nice apartment to a basic one, experiencing a more uncomplicated existence. Any remorse? William inquired while standing next to her. Observing the cherry blossoms, none present. This is the road I have chosen, Ashley responded while caressing her father's memento. A genuine family is not always defined by blood relations. Ashley contemplated blood relations. It pertains to comprehension and mutually assisting one another. At twilight, in an elegant manner, the restaurant where she had encountered William. We have significant news. We are going to expand. Featuring a new hotel chain on the West Coast, William expressed his happiness and desire for you. Engaged as an investment advisor, Ashley promptly acknowledged the task at hand. private life was becoming increasingly complicated, she experienced a sense of perfect equilibrium, a novel sensation. Ashley initiated the commencement of our lives. Indeed, her glass reflected our lives, and William smiled. The tinkling of their glasses clinking appeared to signify the onset of a new chapter.